And you know what, man, that really makes me happy, bro, that that the marketing worked. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's always worked, And it's a big saying, they say is numbers don't lie. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
That number doesn't lie. That you made that much money, but because of the marketing.
Definitely.
And you always have to market, bro.
Yeah.
You want people to come, you gotta be be in people, you gotta be out there. And it just doesn't take 1 week. It takes time. Rome wasn't built in one day. And that's sometimes when I try to help other businesses and people, I tell them, look, man, you gotta start now. You gotta start with the branding. You gotta start with the colors. You gotta start, with all that. So that now that you say that, it makes me happy because it's like, dude, what I do does work.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And I appreciate that.
No, and like I said, I've never made the events to make money off of vendors.
Yeah.
Obviously now, even vendors now have told me, like Retro Corp told me when I interviewed him, he said, you know what, bro, when you have an event, I'm down to pay.
Yeah,
same
here.
And that's the thing, like, and I told him, look, I don't want to throw an event and I'm going to charge you $50-$60 and you've never had an experience with me and you have a horrible experience. I'd rather throw something free and you know what I'm about and you know that when I host one, it's going to be worth the money. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm new to hosting. Like the last VGS3, I think I probably made like $80. But I come to realize, because I'm getting rid of all my inventory, I'm not stocking up anymore. All the inventory I have is stuff that I had that was mine, and I'm getting rid of it, bro. And I don't want it no more. I never did this to get into the reselling game. You know, it was all fun.
Yeah.
And the fact that I'm like at 1,000 followers blows my mind. I'm like, bro, this isn't. I'm not taking this serious like you are. This is not my career. That's why I respect you, because that's your job. That's your livelihood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why when you sell me something, I'm not the type of dude. I try not to be, right? The dude that's like, hey, bro, what's the lowest for your Game Boy Blue? Why? Because I understand that you do this for a living.
Yeah.
I don't want to be known as a dude that's lowballing, like, oh, dude, that guy's low. I don't, bro. You know what I'm saying? I want to pay what you feel is obviously selling for, right? What you feel is comfortable for you to sell that to me, And that's the one thing that, like I said, dude, I'm happy that these VGS, I made friends along the way.
Yes,
a lot of good friends,
yeah.
And it makes me happy that other people are seeing that, hey, man, it works. Like I said, I have people like, hey, I'm willing to pay. And we're thinking about doing, Valley Retro Fest at one of my buddy's church's hall. And it's big. And the parking is huge. So I just thought about it a couple months ago that he's like, hey, you can whenever you want to have an event here. And I'm like, man, so rain or shine, bro, we have, and this can fit like, I don't know, a lot of vendors. So for that one, we do plan on, obviously I want to pay for electricity, stuff that's just basic,
but I feel like you're already there that, like, I trust you. Any event that you do, I'll be down to do. Even if I have to pay, definitely.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So
they just get better and better.
Yeah.
Every event has gotten better and better.
Thanks, man. And I appreciate that. And for Free For All is coming. It was going to be at the end of this month, but I've been busy doing the podcast.
Okay.
So we're going to think about doing it April. Right, and obviously you were in the list because we're gonna do it in the parking lot. Every space, there's 8 spaces. It's gonna be Retro Corp, Retro Silverback, Pokestop, and I think one of the Pokestop he wants to do because he's gonna reveal his new name. I told him, like, look, bro, I can host it. I don't care. And he's like, yeah, I'll pay you. I'm like, nah, dude, I want to help you because the man got married and he's been married for 2 years. I don't want to put his life on blast, but he shared it and he hasn't gone on the honeymoon,
Okay.
So I told him, look, dude, I want you to make money. I told him, dude, go do a GoFundMe. I'll support you, man. Like, cause he's a good dude, All the people that I've met at these events, they're good dudes, Even when I was going down the list, who can I interview, right? Yes. And initially I had reached out to people, and I think because I don't know if it's a numbers thing, right? But I reached out to people and they were like, oh, we'll think about it, And then when I asked my girl, she's like, why don't you just interview the guys that you vended with? And I'm like, that's not a bad idea, right?
Yeah.
So this is how we're here, doing this interview. But how do you feel as far as, competition, right? Like, or other vendors that are out there? Does that hurt your business as far as upping prices or competitive? Because you have really, really uncompetitive pricing, bro, when it comes to video games. I think I bought a Star Wars from you, bro, for like I don't know, like $7.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, how could you pass on a $7 Star Wars Super SNES video game?
Yeah.
And like, I feel like you are very, very like. And when I bought the Pokemon Blue, people were like, bro, $250, and I'm like, no, that was $250 and Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And then they were like, bro, people wanted to buy it at the VGS3 for $350. I says, no, dude, that's not. So, number one, because I'm buying it from you, that's sentimental value, right? And then number two, how much did you sell it to me for, bro?
Whoa.
Like $230 or $225, or I mean, it was $250 with the game.
I think Mario Kart goes around for like $40 now, if I believe.
So $210, bro. CIB. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, does competition affect you, or do you feel because you're so good at pricing stuff that you basically have it like, bro, how could you not buy that?
Yeah.
You feel like there's competition or there's no competition?
Well, I try to look at it as like, I see people selling their stuff, you know, their own prices. So I try to like just give out my prices, what I feel like.
Market value or no? I feel like you're under market value.
No, sometimes under market because this is the way. Like, I want to make money, but how could I say it? Like, I know how much I picked it up for the item for, so I don't mind getting a couple of bucks for it and then be able to buy more stuff, you know, reimburse it to buy more items. So
to buy more inventory.
Yeah,
right?
like as long as I made, you could say like more than what I bought. I know what's the lowest I'll go, and then I'll just stick with that, you know. And I don't mind giving out deals, especially to the people that I know and that I know they're gonna take care of it or they like the item. But then at the end of the day, people will tell me like, "Oh, this guy's gonna go resell it." But then at the end of the day, I got what I wanted.
I know. I forgot. I think it might have been. That's another guy I gotta get on here, man. I forgot about him. I have a horrible memory, bro. Retro Flips, man. Okay. Victor, bro. But he's like, "Hey, what'd you pay for that?" And I'm like, "I paid $250." He's like, "Oh, that's good." I'm like, "No, bro, but I got my Mario Kart." He's like, "Bro, you came up." And I'm like, "Put it on your I literally put it on there because I didn't want to leave it unattended."
Oh, I remember him.
So I put it on his thing, and people are like, "Hey, bro, you want to sell?" I'm like, "Nah, bro." And I told him I bought it from him so that I could keep it, right?
Yeah.
And I told him like, should I just sell it or what? He's like, fish it out there. I'm like, no, bro. You know, because I really wanted it just to genuinely keep it, you know? And as a vendor, do you think that because you're so affordable, you think you have a lot of repetitive customers that come back to you?
Oh, definitely.
Because of that.
Yeah, definitely.
You got people that wait, like, hey, I'm going to wait for Danny. Because
and like people will message me when I'll be like, oh, I'm go sell this day. And they'll message me. It's like, you're bringing new inventory, new stuff. And a couple of things. I was like, okay, I'll be there. And they'll get there the next day, you know, check out what I brought and work out a deal.
Yeah. You feel like you get a lot of repetitive people that really support you. Even if you don't get new inventory, they still come and they buy from you at the swap meet?
I got a handful of people, you know, that will come. And then they'll be like, you know, if this is here by Friday, I'll come back and get it, you know, and stuff like that. Like,
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
There's sometimes, that I'll go and, like, I can't bring new stuff from a Tuesday to a Friday. You know, it's like 2 days apart, you know, like I couldn't find anything or I didn't pull anything out. But I still get people come through and be like, oh, you still have this one? Yeah. And it's like, I didn't pick it up last time, so I gave him this time. That kind of thing.
Where do you source most of your video games from? Or the stuff that you sell at the swap meet?
Flea markets.
Flea markets, yeah. San Fernando Swap Meet?
San Fernando Swap Meet. You
don't have to drop your...
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. Like, I don't gatekeep anything.
This guy
LACC.
He said, I don't gatekeep it. Oh, bro, that's
LACC,
so funny, man.
LACC, the Bremont.
Yeah, that's the one on the corner, right?
Yeah, like, that one.
I went to that one time. That one's pretty cool, bro. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Random yard sales, you know.
Gotcha.
And even, like, buddies of mine that... They know
you have a lot of people that come in and sell.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, my buddies from like high school and my buddies, cousins of my friends and stuff like that. That they know I'm into this. They'll be like, "Hey, you know, I got a couple of games. You want to check it out?" And then we'll work out a deal or something.
Man, that's cool. What has been the worst moment, bro, as a reseller? Like the worst horrible moment, was it somebody like Games by Omar said? You know, he bought a Nintendo GameCube, got a good deal, plugged it in, worked, pressed it, right? And next thing you know, he's like, man, Mario Party came, right? And on top of having Mario Party, he said two roaches came out of it, bro. And he's like, that was the worst. So what's the worst experience you had, bro, as a
seller?
Yeah, as a seller.
Oh man,
it
definitely.
Could be a customer, like
definitely. Has to be the first. I want to say the first week that I was selling on the San Fernando swap meet. I had a little case where you put the Pokemon cards, an ETV, the ETVs. Once it's empty, how you can slide the thing off and off. So I had a little one, and right there I'll carry my loose Game Boy games, PSP games, and just DS games and stuff like that. I don't know what happened when I was picking up. I turned around and it was gone. Somebody came up on all my games. They stole some DS games that I had, some PSP loose games, and some Game Boy games, just like that.
No.
Yes, like the first week I started selling there.
Oh my goodness, bro.
And we never found it because I thought maybe, some days my dad will go and he'll sell some of his random stuff because there's enough space, for his stuff on one side, my stuff on the other side. And I told him, hey, Dad, did you see this box, blah, blah, blah. He checked his boxes. Nothing. I checked my boxes. Nothing. My dad's like, maybe it's in your room. Nope, it never appears. So definitely.
Bro, and how much money was in that?
Maybe like around. It wasn't a lot. Just kind of like a couple of games, or maybe a good $200 of games.
Oh, but
just
still,
loose
bro.
games, So
that's
I was like,
horrible.
Yeah.
You didn't see anyone around?
No.
Man, that fast.
Yeah, it was.
Man,
and
bro.
then I told one of my neighbors who sells stuff. It's like, yeah, man, you gotta be careful because you got those people that just come in, are just looking for someone to be distracted and.
Oh man, that's all bad. And what about the best moments as a vendor, bro? What has been the best moments?
Definitely, I think just meeting people that like genuinely like are into the games, just talking to them and like getting to know them. Sometimes I try to take like when I'm selling Pokemon cards, I try to take like custom made little packs with a little sticker, for the kids.
That's cool.
Because I remember like when you were a kid and you wanted something and your parents would be like, no, ahorita no.
There's no money.
So some little kids will come up to the binders and be like, oh, Mom, can I get this, Dad? And be like, no. So I'll be like, oh, here you go. So just, just seeing the little face all happy when I give them the card with the sticker for free. And I'll be like, yeah. And like their parents will even come back and be like, hey, did he took this from you? Or and I was like, no, it's free. Like,
Gotcha.
just go ahead, and like, I guess just the people. I love just meeting new people, getting to talk to them, not just as a customer, but just like, meeting other people that enjoy the same things that I enjoy as well.
That's cool. So those are your that's what keeps you going.
Yeah, definitely.
As far as
it's like I'm in it for the money as well. You get
me? Of course,
like,
yeah.
I got bills to pay,
of course,
and all this stuff,
just
but.
Like
I do it too because I really enjoy it. As I'm a collector myself, so
that makes a lot of sense, And the fact that you're 36, you're around my age. That's why I was like, how does you look 25? So I'm thinking in my mind, how does this guy know so much about so many things that I kind of grew up with?
Yeah,
your age makes sense,
yes.
bro. It makes a lot of sense. Here's a side question, bro. All right, who makes it better? McDonald's French fries or In-N-Out French fries?
I love my McDonald's fries.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't like their burgers. I haven't eaten McDonald's in over a year. Burgers, and none of their burgers.
Just fries.
Or Burger King. But the fries, here and there, yeah. If somebody's like, oh, I'm going to McDonald's, I'm going to get something, I'll be like, just give me an order of fries.
Oh man, that's
but
so
then
funny.
It's like,
because you said In-N-Out's the fast food. I was like, should I even ask him? I'm like, you know what? Because the fries, there's something about the fries, bro. I don't know what it is. The fries are good.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think the only way I'll eat the In-N-Out fries,
the animal style,
but I'm not really a cheese guy when it comes to burgers. So I think I'll just do it with the spread.
With the spread,
yeah. With the spread, So, as we almost come to a conclusion as far as this, so what do you feel is the future for retro Silverback? Where do you see yourself, like in a year, 3 years, 5 years, as a reseller, full-time reseller? There's a huge difference. There's people who resell, and this is their secular income, but this is your primary income, man.
Yeah.
So as a full-time reseller, what is the future for Retro Silverback?
Well, I would like to get a little bigger, but
When you say bigger, you mean a bigger location at the swap meet, or you mean bigger as in like a bigger following?
I guess a little bit of both. Like,
Okay.
I've been talking to one of my buddies. He's really big into games too and stuff like that. Like, hey, maybe we should try to get like a little spot, just like maybe a little hole in the wall. Nothing too big, just that we got a little location.
You mean like an actual like a storefront kind of game?
Yeah, but
Okay.
not. I would like nothing too big. Just maybe just a couple of walls with some games. But so people knows we're there. But definitely, I would just like to grow a little by little. Like.
So in like in a couple years, you want to have an actual physical location.
Yeah, if it would be possible, it would be really nice. I know it's a lot of work, and then like what I enjoy about the swap meet is like, you just pay that fee for the day, you make the money, and then what worries me, yeah, definitely like rent to get a spot, and if it's like the sales are too low, I've seen a lot of stores, like open up and then.
Yeah.
A couple of months they're gone.
Yeah. You ever considered maybe I've seen the indoor swap meets. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like the Panorama indoor swap meets, a cool one. And then I think they got I think it's called like Fiesta or Sol.
Oh yeah,
in North
yeah.
Hollywood. That one's cool. Like
yeah.
like off of is it Sherman Way?
Yeah, that's
by the old 99-cent store.
I remember that one. Yeah. It's the La Plaza del Sol, something
there
like
you
that.
go.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you ever consider that? I don't think it's like that expensive.
Yeah, I was one of my buddies was actually mentioning to me a couple of weeks ago. He was like, "Oh, he's working on it, on getting the spots." It was like, maybe if it goes good, maybe like you want to come in with me, and I was like, we'll give it a go. Like,
or maybe partner up with someone else. That'll probably get a little bit.
Yeah, definitely
of that fee off of you, man.
Yeah,
definitely. But you're doing a good thing by doing the swap meet, and you meet a lot of people. So when you actually do make that transition,
let them know.
Hey, look, I got myself a little spot. And the thing about the swap meet, it's cool, and like you said, you enjoy it because you just pay that fee. You don't worry no more.
Yeah.
But I think one of the things, because I've gone with Retro Prince, right? He has a little space, but I went with him one time early in the morning, and bro, it was cold.
Yeah,
definitely. I'm like, bro, it's cold and it's windy, and I'm just like, man. So my hat goes off to the the people who sell at the swap.
Yeah, definitely. There's people there that get there. They got their stuff set up like by 5:10 in the morning already.
What time did 5:10 in the morning?
Yeah, like if I go looking for stuff, I get there at 5:30 in the morning. I'm there.
What time are they? The time are they allowed to go in the swap meet?
I think like 4:40, 4:50 or something like that.
Wow.
Some people are already there setting up their stuff like around 5 in the morning already.
Wow.
So by the
what time when you go? What time do you set up?
I'll get there, maybe around 6 in the morning. Yeah, 6 in the morning.
Wow.
I just need like a good hour to
set up
my stuff. Yeah.
But you said, going back to, you said there's people that are already set up there at 4:45, 5 in the morning. And is that the time that you go hunting, or?
I'll go around. Usually I'll get there like around 5:30. That's my.
To go hunting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get there.
And they'll let you in?
Yes.
Because you're a vendor?
I'm a vendor, yeah.
But if you're a regular customer, it's not open?
No, till 7 in the morning.
Till 7 in the morning. Okay. Yeah,
so I get there with my little headlamp and my little... And walk
around. I'm surprised you don't make those videos, bro. just to have them, because that's cool. It's still dark.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. So... anything else you want to say before we end, the podcast, and before we wrap it all up? I mean, you could just say anything. You could definitely drop the information, where people can find you, where people can follow you. But is there anything else you want to say on this podcast, man, before we wrap it up?
Well, now I just want to say thank you for having me, and
my pleasure, man.
I appreciate what you're doing for the community, giving a lot of the new sellers, a place to sell and just to get connections,
No, my pleasure, man. I enjoy it. Like I said, I feel like that part of marketing and the part of branding and making logos and stuff like that, I enjoy it. So it just comes naturally. I don't feel like it's a job.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's the thing with people ask me, can you make me a logo? Can you do this? It's different versus when it comes naturally out of me. I don't feel pressure. Versus, like when I do something and I'm like, I've done a couple, and not that I regret, but it just becomes a little heavy because they kind of like, hey, is my logo ready? And then I send it, hey, when can I get my logo? And that feeling of having pressure, that you feel like it's a job, I don't like that feeling.
Definitely. I understand that. You know how, like, for my little swap me booth, I'll try to make like little stuff to attract people,
As a matter of fact, dude, I want some of those weights, bro, for my
yeah.
Those are cool. The Super Mario block,
and stuff like that.
My goodness, that's so cool.
Then somebody will be like, hey, you should make a lot of them and sell them. But it's like, I don't want to do it like you asked me, hey, can you make me a shirt? Give me a couple of days, I'll make it for you, you know how? But I don't want it to be like, oh, pay me up front, a commission kind of thing. And then I'm like, oh, it has to be done from this day to this day already. You know how, like, I don't like
it. Almost feels like you have like a boss or like someone over your shoulders, like, hey, bro, where's my stuff? Because I paid, right? Yeah. I feel like the moment that there's like that, like, sense of entitlement that they have to kind of have the power over me because it's passion, then my emotions kind of go out the window, bro. And I know that I can better that. Like, I see logos and I see people's, obviously their Instagram, and I'm looking at the brands and I'm looking at colors because, like I was telling RetroCorp, a lot of colors, they basically make an impression on human feelings. So when they look at certain colors, there's certain colors that kind of naturally they turn people away psychologically.
Okay.
And there's some colors that draw people, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, for the most part, when I see logos and I'm like, bro, I could take that and that company could be 50 times better, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I said, we're going back to it. So I feel like when it's done out of passion in my heart, bro, like, everyone knows Pac-Man, bro. And the reason why I went with the Pac-Man was because my mom knows Pac-Man.
Yes, definitely.
That's old people know Pac-Man, right? That's probably one of the
things. My mom loves playing Pac-Man. My dad loves playing Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Like, I bought in...
You know Pac-Man. Yeah. I know Pac-Man. Because people were like, why did you go with Pac-Man? I'm like, mentally, psychologically, everyone knows Pac-Man,
yes,
bro.
Definitely.
Pac-Man's been around for a while. Yeah. And that's why I went with Pac-Man. Because Pac-Man is vintage. Pac-Man is a video game. Mm-hmm. Pac-Man is friendly. Pac-Man is just... Pac-Man, bro. Yeah. And that's why everyone's like, what? Like, even now, the free-for-all, the one that we're going to host here, everyone's like, you should have done, the free-for-all, the super. I'm like, yeah, bro, but older people don't know Smash Brothers, right? My mom doesn't know Super Smash Brothers. She's like, I don't even know what that is. She just says Mario. It's Mario, right?
Yeah.
But Pac-Man, everyone knows Pac-Man, bro. And that was the whole point of, like I said, I started as a little fun, get rid of my old inventory in this office. And I figured if I do Pac-Man, everyone's going to know what I'm going to sell. Everyone's going to see, okay, it's vintage. Oh, they have a lot of old cool stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And that's why I went with Pac-Man. And, dude, it blew up.
Yeah.
And this is, like, here we are now, bro, because of Pac-Man.
Yeah, I love, like, I tell people, like, I love what I'm doing. It's like, besides, obviously, like, oh, I got to wake up early,
Is that one of the things you don't like doing?
Yeah, because, like, I wake up at 5, get ready. So when I go look for stuff at the swap meet, I'm there by 5:30. And I'll leave the swap meet like 9 or 10 in the morning. Max. So I'm walking there from like 3 to 4 hours.
Wow.
Just looking for stuff back and forward. But then, like, it's just like, oh, I'm tired because I woke up early. But I enjoy it. I love what I'm doing. I love selling, meeting people, and, finding stuff, like, not just to resell, but stuff that, for myself, it's cool to find the one item, like, oh, I used to have this when I was a kid. Like, you saw the plushie of the Blastoise that I put up.
Oh.
Yeah, a couple things once. So that's always going to stay for me in my collection forever. I had the big one growing up, like an 18-inch one, but that one was actually from one of the sellers at the swap meet, and sadly he passed away last year. I remember I bought that from him on a Friday, and sadly he passed away that Sunday of that week. Man. And I just started to know the gentleman. He was an older gentleman, and he'll just bring random stuff, and he started knowing me that I like Pokemon, so he'll be like, hey, I got this Pokemon VHS or this plushie and stuff like that. So, you know, and I bought that from him. Wow. And
that's cool.
And I bought it just because I love Blastoise. So I was like, hey, I had the big one growing up, so I'm going to keep it. But now it means that much to me just because I met
of course,
that person. Man. And I was like, you know, that's last cool. thing that I bought from him. And, you know.
Man, bro. Yeah. That's cool, man. So, again, man, I want to thank you for coming on. You know, like I said, even when I first started, I think when I had 100 followers, everyone was like, "Who's this guy?" Right? But I took it serious. Mm-hmm. I think after our first VGS, bro, not the pre-VGS, because there was a pre. It was just me and my daughter, and we sold some stuff. And then after the first official one, I started taking it serious. But then I took it very serious after our VGS 2. The second one where you say you sold, and people were like, you know, hitting me up, can I van, and I'm like, bro, this is not even that kind of gig. But I think it was a promotion, you know. And like I said, I hit up people, want to be on my podcast. They're probably like, who's this guy, right?
Definitely.
And now I have people like, can I do one? And I'm just kind of like, man, like, where were you guys at before, you know? And whatever, it is what it is, right? I get it. I don't think I would want to be in a podcast either if we'll see some dude with like 40 followers, right? But like I said, man, I just want to thank you, man, and thank you for sharing your knowledge, and thank you for taking the time to come here, you know, and like I said, bro, my respects to you. You're a full-time reseller, bro, and I wish the best for you, man, and I'll always, anything you have that is cool, like the Super Mario VHS, I'm willing to support you. And where can people find you, man? Where can they follow you? You have a TikTok, Instagram, YouTube channel. I mean, drop all that info, man.
Okay, so on Instagram, I'm just Retro Silverback altogether. And on eBay, my eBay shop is Retro Silverback as well. It's Retro dash Silverback.
Nice, man. No TikTok?
Do I have a TikTok? I haven't been on it making videos anymore.
Yeah.
But it should be the same thing. Retro Silverback.
Retro Silverback, man.
Yeah. I was posting some of the eBay, my bad.
The swap meet?
The swap meet pickups, you know, some card opening, you know, some of little custom jacket that I did with my brother for a card game and stuff like that. But my main thing, it's my Instagram.
That's
Retro Silverback.
You're always active on that one.
Yes, definitely.
That's cool, man. You don't have like a little sales claim page or anything like that where you put up your inventory or anything like that? Or most of your inventory is on eBay?
So I had made one, Retro Silverback sales, and it's linked on the little bio of the main
your Instagram.
But then like not a lot of people are going there. So I just started putting them in the stories, you know?
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like, we might as well just put them in the stories.
That makes sense, man. Yeah. Well, thanks again, bro, for coming. You know, this is episode, 4, did I say?
4, yes.
Episode 4, man, of Retrogram Podcast, bro. And this will probably drop, like, late April, man, because I have a lot of content. We're dropping every 2 weeks, man. But like I said again, man, thanks again, bro, for coming into Retro Silverback, man. Follow him. Give him a like. Subscribe to his channel. If he has a channel, don't have a channel, huh? YouTube channel?
No, YouTube
okay,
channel.
Follow him on Instagram. Follow him on TikTok, man. Check out his eBay page, man. Has reasonable prices. And thank you guys for sticking until the end. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Retroground out.